Erika Kirk. Again, why the fascination with Erika Kirk and what it matters to you? So, the Erika Kirk effect isn't about avatars. It's truly about an identity drift. The core idea here is when you maintain multiple digital selves long enough, your brain stops prioritizing a single core identity. What neuroscience shows, in a simplified term, is identity is reinforced through consistency. Digital environments reward context switching, and dopamine favors novelty over continuity. So over time, your sense of me becomes situational, not stable. So really on just a raw conversation, you're not becoming more authentic. You're becoming more adaptable. Now, we all know this in the workplace. We need to fit the role. But this is significantly beyond just bending a little bit in order to be part of a culture that might be different than your home environment. This is a whole identity shift. So the personal dilemma, you create an avatar. This becomes really important as we're starting to clone ourselves. Even with the use of some simple tools like 11 Labs and HeyGen, it's out there. In minutes, you can create your own. So you can create your avatar, and then another, and then a dozen more. Each one feels authentic. You created it. Each one behaves differently. You needed that spin. And each one rewards differently. But which one tells the truth? Which one loves honesty? And which one carries the consequences? This is the daily reality of the Erika Kirk effect that we're watching literally unravel in real time. So the body becomes the password. The Amazon hand scan, Neuralink, and wearables is where we're going to go to next here. So if you shop at Whole Foods, you have seen that the bigger payment tool next to the cash register for you that stands out allows you to put the palm of your hand to pay for your groceries. Maybe you do that. Why? Faster checkout, no wallet, no phone, no friction. It's convenience beating privacy. It's a biomarker that you've given to a corporation. In 2025, millions of people willingly scan their palms to pay for groceries. Now, I wasn't able to find the exact data. So if you have comments on where I can find that, or you know how many people are actually using this technology, I thought it would be a fad. Just like about 10 years ago, Disney started a biometric scan at the gate to avoid individuals buying memberships and then sharing them with others. That fad stopped mighty fast, as parents would not allow the biometric scans of their own children to enter an amusement park. So the reality is Amazon One uses vein pattern recognition. That data can't be changed, and it ties identity to biology. Okay, then came Neuralink, human trials, brain-computer interfaces, direct neural signals. I don't know, are you okay with somebody tapping into your brain, manipulating your body, guiding the way you think? Well, the reality is we do it every day. Every ad, every pull in our direction, any app on our phone that pings our direction is a manipulation. But this goes a step further for me, because this you can't turn off. So Neuralink, human trials, brain-computer interfaces, and direct neural signals. This isn't speculative, as you know. This is the world we live in. FDA-approved trials, paralyzed patients controlling devices with thought, and data recorded directly from the brain. Every thought you have is being recorded. Raw truth. Well, this is what we're looking at. When your thoughts become data, identity stops becoming philosophical. It becomes structural. Your body is no longer who you are. It's how you log in. And this is what we're seeing. So transhumanism goes mainstream. Transhumanism used to be fringe, something over there that we would see way in the future. But now it's product design. So some examples that you might be familiar with are the phone in your pocket, the watch on your wrist, ring tracking sleep. I think it's called aura, heart rate, stress, AI predicting the mood before you even feel it. And as we found out 10 to 15 years ago, Facebook's manipulation, admitted manipulation of our emotions in order to keep bringing us back to their platform. You didn't become less human, you became augmented. But augmented changes identity. If a system knows your stress triggers, your spending habits, your political leanings, and your emotional cycles, well, who is making the decisions? It isn't you anymore. The militarization of identity is really key to this conversation. Palantir, data fusion, predictive selves. Palantir doesn't just sell software. It sells decision supremacy. This is core to understanding this pathway. So the reality, which has been widely reported, Palantir contracts with governments, the US military and allies. They integrate behavioral, geospatial, biometric data, and they use this for help you out. Threat detection, logistics, targeting, prediction. Is it really helping you out? I think those goes beyond the losses we faced after 9/11. Everything we have as far as being an autonomous human being is being challenged. So the shift here is modern warfare isn't about territory anymore. It's about anticipation. What did we most recently see in Venezuela? The majority of the attack apparently was via biometrics, a sound signal, a manipulation of the environment that attacked the soldiers. So the most valuable asset isn't weapons anymore. It actually becomes predictable humans. What about super soldiers? Where are we on that scale? So why did I entitle this the Erika Kirk effect? When identity is fragmented, it's easier to model, simulate, influence, and disconnect true emotion, which means with that break, you're a puppet. You're willing to do anything. And if the added component of money is slid as a reward, greed appears. And as it's been pointed out, once you dance with the devil, your creativity is gone. You have to continue to find ways to manipulate others to do what you can no longer do. And it is required on a larger and larger scale. So what is the truth here? As it's easier to model and simulate and influence, a coherent self resists manipulation. A fragmented self is programmable. These are the core concepts of what we've learned through what Coach Colin calls Mortal Kombat Ultra. We know this is a fact. We know the manipulation, and we've seen the overlap of individuals related to that technology also touching on this one particular nonprofit. It isn't a surprise. It's just a next step in their scientific experiment. And sadly, I think there's a lot of people on this planet who enjoy to play games. It might be, what is it, Mahjong? I don't know the name of that, or chess, or poker. This is exciting. It's exhilarating. Well, there's a lot of individuals who like to manipulate on platforms. We're seeing problems with Roblox and challenges that happen within SimCity. Well, there's individuals with mean who get a kick out of it, for lack of a better word. watching manipulation of people in the real world, seeing how the world moves and responds. And this is absolutely what we're facing now, but at scale. The removal of Erika Kirk's partner was done publicly, remember. It wasn't done as a CIA heart attack. It wasn't done in passing. It was done to publicly make a statement so everybody could see it live. Except the effect wasn't the direction they had hoped. That didn't quiet us or shut us up. That made us stand and say, we're not open for hunting season. And we're going to find out what truly happened. So we as humans are standing up against this transhumanism, against this mortal combat, standing in the real world where we're at and standing our ground. So again, as I bring in the concept of Erika, the conversation continues with geofencing and mass psychological targeting. This is why understanding in the overlap of technology is so very important. Is it really convenient? Is it really making your life better and easier? No, we need to step out and touch grass again. But not as they have been saying in order to remove us from the truth. We need to maintain common sense and understand that what our body sees and hears, we internally know the truth. So again, why am I bringing this up with the geofencing conversation? At a major U.S. memorial event, which was self-named by EK, one of the biggest events of the year, I think she said, a memorial for her own husband. There were approximately 277,000 attendees in that area that the company openly announced that they had geofenced. What does this mean? This means that they grab data from your phone in a manner that they can now send you ads or opportunities or insights so that you think, oh, that's funny. I was just thinking about this. This just happened to pop up. They can do it in such a way that just like the old Coke commercials in the movie theater, they would put the image of the Coke and popcorn on the reels, the film, with such a fast response that the human eye doesn't even notice that they're seeing it. And yet all of a sudden the crowd will get up and go get their treats for the movie. This is what she has decided is okay to do, not only as the initial scenario for 277 people at her husband's event, but now with this launch of make her bank account crowded again, and I can't remember who came up with that terminology, but I'll certainly run with it. The target has been stated based on their own documents for over 4 million Christians in the United States. Is that technology that's helping us? In no way is it helping us. So what this means, phones logged, location captured, and behavioral profiles inferred. This wasn't a breach. This was legal. So if we scale forward, again, the target is 4 million practicing Christians in the United States. Now imagine religious events, political rallies, protests, funerals. It's already been done. Identity isn't observed anymore. It's clustered. So you're not targeted because of who you are. You're targeted because of who you gather with. The shocking future prediction here is, or the future that no one is saying out loud is. I mean, what is going through your thoughts right now? We all know about this. I'm just putting this into one conversation. Well, my prediction might be something like this. Within 10 years, your digital identity will be legally binding. Your behavioral risk score will affect access. Your core self will be irrelevant to systems. We've already seen this in other countries, and we're seeing it tested right now in our own. So why? Systems don't need essence, they need patterns. This question won't be who you are or who are you. It will, be what we started with here. Which version of you are we allowed to engage with in this moment? So where does this core self live? If you're everywhere at once, where do you rest? There's been allegations that our political system is merely a theater, a performance, and it has been for years. And yet, oddly, we're starting to see behind the curtain there. If your identity is split across systems, what do you protect? If convenience keeps winning, what do you lose? The Erika Kirk effect isn't inevitable. Awareness is resistance. Coherence is power. And I'm going to put in here, this is why we're given 10 simple rules to follow. Many of us know them as the 10 Commandments. And this is why we check in to a place of God's house often, because through the day we get pushed around and made offers. And as we know, there was even the one pure man who was offered the world. And he said, "Get thee behind me." Where are we at with this? You have to constantly make choices that keep within your values and your integrity. And we need education and response and reward so that we continue down that path and we have the support we need. But is it TPUSA faith? Is it being geofenced so we can be manipulated? Is it having a Neuralink attached to our brain? That's obviously your choice. The choices are very clear. When good versus evil is offered, the life pattern of those that it was offered to changes distinctly. You can look out your window and clearly see who has chosen which path as they get along in years. It becomes abundantly clear. And money, great rewards, fame and fortune are abundant on one pathway. And quite honestly, the meeker life or the challenges also seem to be more abundant on the other pathway. But we all know how the story ends. We've been gifted that opportunity to know that our choices end up in eternity. So again, I ask, is the Erika Kirk effect inevitable? I believe she made choices on this path. Awareness is your resistance, and coherence is power. So in close, the metaverse didn't steal your soul. It asks you, hey, just trade it in a little bit, one convenience at a time. The future belongs to those who decide which version of themselves gets to exist offline. So the question here today is quite simply, are you buying into the metaverse? Which vision of you will you allow to exist offline? This one was deep. Have a great weekend.